Crazy. Talk about your opportunities, which is the number
Yeah.
3 song by Pet Shop Boys. Um, international superstars. This was a top 10 hit in the US. And actually, K Rock, this wasn't a hit until 1986. K Rock jumped on
Yep.
this in 85, and it made it all the way up to number 3. This was a recurrent by the time it became a hit in 86 for K Rock.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, they have really good songs, Pet Shop Boys. Yeah. I've never been a big fan of the synth pop genre too much, but I can't deny when there's cool songwriting taking place. I know a few a couple of their other songs are really good, but I don't think I've ever owned any of their records, put it that way. Yeah, but they have good songs.
I kind of gathered that synth wasn't your thing, which is interesting that because you, and again, I know that this is Los Angeles, but you came up at a time where synth music was really huge.
Well, I honestly think that our song did well because it was a breath of fresh air compared to and a lot of bands, I mean, a lot of people who didn't know or never heard our music, but because we were popular on K Rock, thought we were probably a synth pop band and never knew because they never heard us. They like, oh, Dramarama, that must be a synth pop band. They're on K Rock, They just until they heard us, and then we were just a regular guitar, bass, drums, rock and roll band.
But there were also, when you think about it, I mean, we always think of synth when we think of that period of time, but also, at that same time, you had like the Replacements or, some other bands that were like rock and
The
roll
Replacements.
power pop.
I remember when the Replacements were coming up, and they were definitely, they weren't on the radio too much until a little bit later. And there were some other. I mean, yeah, there's definitely guitar bands throughout the years, but for instance, on K Rock, if you look at that list, not a lot of rock and roll guitar stuff on there on that top 10 that we're doing anyway.
It's pretty simple.
The synth was the new toy that everyone liked to play with, and as we climb the charts, we'll find out that
it wasn't until Pearl Jam and Nirvana came along that really brought the guitars back into the forefront. But there were always bands that played guitars, whether it was the Smithereens or whatever.
Yeah, the demise of the synth.
Yeah, wow.
It's still out there. It's just more in the dance music scene.
Yeah.
In fact, this song was again a song placement. It was in an Allstate commercial, and it became a hit again.
Is that what that is? The new one? I was wondering.
Yeah, you got the brains, I got the looks.
Where the hood ornament is singing with the guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember what the product was, but I remember seeing it on a commercial.
Yeah, it made it back onto the dance electronic digital song sales charts. Hit number 1 last year, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Just thanks to Allstate and being placed on a Super Bowl commercial.
That's how things happen now, is commercials and film placements. That's how Kate Bush has got her first American top 10, right?
It's a beautiful thing sometimes.
So great for the artist, but also telling that you remember hearing the song, but you don't remember the product.
I absolutely no. A lot of
not
that's
great marketing.
True.
I guess it depends.
It does. It does.
Yeah.